morning, everyone. How are you this morning? It is Wednesday, October the 29th. And this is Debbie Scott, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Brigden, Ontario. Alrighty, just making sure everything looks good on my iPad, and it does. Excellent. Alrighty, so if you're just finding me or if you have watched my videos before, thank you so much for joining me today. And if you're watching the replay, that is great too. Always feel free to comment, even if you're watching the replay, just say hi, let me know that you're watching, and let me know if you like my layout today. So before I start with this, I just wanted to make an announcement about my class. I'm having a coloring class on November the 26th, so that's the last Wednesday of the month at my house, and we're going to be doing 3 cards. We're going to be learning how to use our white craft ink to watercolor, and we're going to be using some pencil crayons to add some detailing and shading to a colored image. And then we're going to be using our blending brush to add some color to a project as well. So our class fee this time will include 3 watercolor brushes, a package of pencil crayons, and a blending brush. And then of course, if you want to add on the stamp set for $35, you are welcome to do that too. And this is the stamp set here. A Child is Born, a beautiful Christmas set. And I'll give you a quick glimpse of the cards that we are making. So if you're interested in that, just let me know and I will add you to my list. All right, so this week I've been working with the Cozy Christmas Paper Pumpkin Kit. And if you have never gotten a paper pumpkin kit before, Monday's video would be a great one for you to watch, because I made the cards exactly as is. And I went through using the instructions, and it shows everything that you get with it. Get everything that you need to put the 3 cards together, 3 of each, so you get 9 cards in this month's kit. And it shows up right to your door every month. You subscribe to it either for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months. So yeah, if you have never seen a paper pumpkin or heard of that before, go back and watch Monday's video, and it gives you lots of information as well. So there are the 3 cards that we did on Monday. And these are the instructions. And they're great colored instructions. It shows you step by step. It shows you exactly where to place the adhesive, where to stamp. Super handy. So today I wanted to do a double page spread, because I wanted to use all 3 of these focal images on my layout, because I just think they're so pretty. It has this nice flocking on here. They're traditional Christmas red and green and white, and I just think they're so pretty. So I want to use all 3, and they're kind of big to use 3 on 1 page, so I'm going to do a double page layout. I can't quite finish my 2nd page because I did stitching on this one, and I ran out of my thread that I used to stitch my 1st page, so I have to wait for that to come in. I had to order it. So I will show it to you, but it's not finished. Okay, so for our 1st page here, I have taken the 3 card bases and then 1 layering piece. So I took a red card base, a green, and a crumb cake. Or actually, I think that's beige, not crumb cake, beige. And then there was a layering piece that was like this. This is all I have left of it. But that was on the front of this Joy to the World card. I used that as well. Cut them up. I cut them into 1-inch strips and then 1-inch squares. And then I cut the squares in half. And I did a fairly random pattern. And I did 6 strips. Started down my page 1.5 inches. I glued those all on, and then I did my stitching in a bit of a pattern. So there's no stitching here because that's where my photos are going to go. So I thought no point in stitching where it's not for sure not going to show. So that's what my pencil lines are here, just kind of rough where my pictures were going to be. So maybe before I start that, I'll put together my little embellishment pieces, my kind of focal images. So these are straight off of the card. Oh, there it is. I use some tear and tape. So how is your week going? Mine's been going good. I have a card class tonight at my house. We're doing a kit tonight. We are doing the Road to Christmas, I think it was called. The kit with the old truck and the dog on the front. I used it a few weeks ago. That's the kit that we are using tonight for our class. So after I get done my live, I'm just going to do a bit of cleaning up. So we're going to have our class down in my craft room, which it's not too bad, but I do need to clean up some more of the house. I went to yoga last night. I love yoga. Does anyone else do yoga? Kind of go to like a relax and restorative yoga. So it's a lot of breath work and relaxation techniques, stretches. I really enjoy it, and I think I have talked my husband into joining me next week. So that will be nice. Something we can, something we can do together. Oh, I just about ripped that. That would have been bad. Finished up that tear and tape. So these are the glue dots that you get in the kits. It's kind of easier to use them if you have a pokey tool or tweezers or something, just to pick off that backing. Oh, I did rip that a little tiny bit. And we're going to put glue dot on the back there, and that's to hold on these little branch and leaf pieces. Oh, I didn't quite go high enough, but with my glue dot, but I think it's going to work. Might just stick another one underneath. There we go. Okay, so, oh, we want a stamp on there. This is the stamp set that came with the kit. It is a great one. I've used it a lot because I've made a bunch of Christmas cards for some vendor events that I'm doing. And this is just a great kit for that. So we want To the World. My block has a bit of a pink tinge to it. I used a lot of red on the weekend. So I just need to give it a little wash. Okay, I'm just going to pull this down so I can kind of get over top of it. So I can make it nice and straight. There we go. And then I think we're done with that. That's all I'm going to be stamping. Oh, it's a little dry on that side. There we go. And then we do have to put this piece together. So this piece comes from this card. And then I used the tree on my second page. I already vacuumed this morning, so I'm trying not to get all of my little backings on the floor. And then this is going to go like this. I guess I could put a glue dot right at the bottom there. Okay. I think I will bring in my background piece. So this is going to go up here, so it kind of hangs from the top of my layout. Now, I will mention about this stitching. You can do this two ways. You can cut a piece of cardstock. I guess this one would be 6 inches. Put your pieces down and then stitch to that 6-inch piece and then attach that to your layout. I do that sometimes. This time I didn't. This time I laid my pieces right down onto my background and just stitched straight through. So if you don't want this kind of mess in your album, sometimes it just, when you're putting the next sheet in, it can catch sometimes. So it kind of is just a little pain in the butt that way. But sometimes I'll just lay like, well, some albums come with a thin piece of cardstock in the page protectors. So sometimes I'll just leave that in there if I have stitching on the back. Or you can use that separate piece of cardstock and add that right on top of your background piece. That works nicely too. So that's going to go there. And then for my photos, I went back in my stash of photos. I have quite a few of my older photos already printed out, so I like to use those whenever I can. So I just cut these ones down. These were printed out 4x6 and I just cut them down to 4x4, and it just fits nicely on a page. So when I am scrapbooking my older photos, I try to use those as much as I can. So I think I want to pop up my photos, or should I lay them flat? I think with this stitching on here, I think I am going to pop them up. I didn't mat them at all, and I think they look just fine like that. I don't think I need to mat them. I'll go up just a little more so I have space down here. I'm going a little ways, but I do have my stitching stops right on that first block. So pretty much right there, I think, is where we're going to go. So I will lay this one down first. I've got my tear and tape right here, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. Oh, I said I was going to pop it up. I did say I was going to pop it up. Okay, I'm just going to leave that there. Because this stuff is fairly strong, so it's kind of a pain in the butt to get back off. So I'm just going to leave it. And then I'm just going to pull those backings off of my dimensionals. Okay, so this photo is going to be straight. This one's going to go underneath because we have lots of room to cover up the photo with this big gift. I cut that on purpose because this was a landscape photo. So I moved her over just a little bit and cut like closer to her on this side so that we would have some space here for layering the second photo. So this corner we want to move in a little ways because that's going to overlap. And we're going to go right about there, I think. Looks good. Just going to have a quick drink. All right. Joy to the World is going to go here. I just want to bring this down a little bit more. I just don't want it to get up too far close, like too close to his face. But I also want the top of Joy to overlap the photo. I don't want it down like this and have this little space here. And I don't want up too far that my picture is starting to show behind my O. So right about there is perfect. So we're going to put flat adhesive on here and here, and then we'll use dimensionals on this part. And I think on this too. It's flat and then dimensionals down at the bottom. Do flat adhesive on there too. You use a couple minis. Oh, fly budding. There we go. All right. Just want to make sure that my layout is straight. And I want to make sure that my words are straight. There we go. And then this one, we're going to pop it up as well. I want to try not to put dimensionals right where my stitching is. So we're going to go closer to the top. If I go a little bit too high, that's okay, because I can always trim that. Pretty close. And now on that card, it has a label piece here with Deck the Halls. So I've used that label piece, and I'm just going to add the date to it. Just going to move this over for 1 minute. And I've added our adhesive sheets to the back of my numbers. These are our birthday banner, or I forget what it was called. The birthday set the numbers came with. I believe they're on sale. Okay. So the adhesive sheets, you just add a piece to the back of your cardstock, and then it makes all of your die cuts into a sticker. Very handy for these letters, and then also, or for these numbers, and also for our alphabet a la mode, the really skinny letters, because it's a pain to add white glue to those skinny little letters. I end up with glue everywhere. I mean, I end up with glue everywhere on a good day, so. There we go. So we're going to bring this back in, and I'm going to add this just exactly, well, I guess I have mine at the bottom of the ornament. instead of the top, but we're going to add a couple glue dots on this side and dimensional on this side. And that's going to go right there. There we go. And then the last thing I have is my journaling strips. So this was Christmas Eve. So I have Travis and Addie waiting so patiently for Santa on Christmas Eve. Had it just kind of staggered like that. I think we'll go with that. And actually, I am going to use that tear and tape, and I'm just going to put it on flat. Oh, just noticed that was dirty, but must have come off the flocking. So when I was looking through my Christmas pictures, I have tons of good ones. I actually had a really hard time deciding which photos to use for this layout. So I had lots of good ones of the kids at this age. And then I also realized it was our first year that we had our kitty, Gulliver, who just passed away this summer. So now I'm wanting to do a page for him because I have a super cute picture of him up in my Christmas tree, which kind of made me mad at the time, but made for a really cute picture. That was actually the only year. He might have done it his second Christmas too, got up into the tree. But after that, he was pretty much too big. But he did bend some of the branches. He was a big boy. He was a big orange kitty. There we go. And we could add some of these. We have lots of these sequins left. Let's do some of these. I normally go in all odd numbers. We could do that. We could add another one over here. And if we need another one here, we could. Sure. We have lots. There we go. So aside from my background, nice quick layout using the focal images from the cards. So here is my other layout. This is Christmas morning. So as I mentioned, I ran out of my stitching, or out of my embroidery floss. So I ordered some more of that, and then I'll add my stitching on. I have to stamp Merry Christmas. And then I'm just going to have the tree there. And that is going to go in that direction. There we go. So if you missed out, if you're sad that you missed out on this month's paper pumpkin and you don't want to miss out on next month's, make sure that you subscribe before November the 10th, and then you will get November's paper pumpkin. If you need some help with that, just let me know and I can give you a hand. But thank you so much for watching. I super appreciate it. And if you like my layout, give me a thumbs up. Thanks a lot. Bye.